Hello, guys. Welcome to our first session, where we will be getting you through the introduction to the ICP ecosystem, right? How exactly ICP works out, right? And what how the tech stack of ICP is quite different, right? Why, like in majority of the thought leaders into the crypto space or blockchain space regard ICP as the most advanced new age blockchain technology, right? Why you should be building your dApp or your application using the ICP blockchain, right? This first workshop will be focused onto that. We will be waiting for some other people to join, right? Then we will be start over, right? We will be explaining you guys how ICP is different, what are the key technological components of the blockchain that makes it most advanced blockchain to ever developed, right? And at the same time, we will be taking your questions, your doubts, like why you should be developing using this ICP blockchain, right? And not other any chain, right? So we will be waiting just for 2, 3 more minutes, right? And then we will be starting off with the what exactly is ICP and the tech stack. If you guys having your friends joining up, right? Please message them so that we can start early on, right? With the introduction to ICP workshop. Uh, Mulan, should we start off? Can you give me the go ahead into the chat box, or should we wait for some few minutes? So let's go ahead, right? Maybe more people will join up, right? And so we also having this recorded, right? So they can also refer to it, right? Whenever they want to, right? So today's session will be more focused on ICP, why ICP, what is the tech stack, how it is different, right? What all ways to start off your development, right? You guys are participating in this, I think, hackathon, right? That is being organized by ICP HUB Philippines, right? So how ICP is an advanced blockchain, right? Why you should be developing using ICP? So we will be talking about this, right? And like you guys have the option to keep sending the messages in the chat box, right? So please keep on sending your messages, your questions regarding any aspect regarding the technology of ICP. We will be very happy to answer, right? Over to you, Dev Mentor. Please start the session.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. So, I'm the dev mentor. I'm going to teach you what is ICP and how it works properly and how it is different from every other blockchain. So, if anyone has any doubt, he or she can ask. And yeah, let's start. So, I'm going to tell you what is ICP actually. Let me show you this slide. Let me just present my screen first. Yeah. So, as you can see, this is a simple docs which tells you a very brief information about ICP. So, is my screen is properly visible to everybody? Write, you can write down yes or no.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Anas.
Yeah. So as you can see, the very first line written over here, it says that ICP's goal is to reach the blockchain singularity. What do they mean by that? So basically, they're building a blockchain ecosystem in which they can deploy front end as well as back end on chain. Entire database could be on chain, and every single thing should be on chain. So that is the goal of reaching the blockchain singularity, which means that everything should be hosted on chain. There's no need of Web2 or any other server to host your code on on any third party application. Okay, so this is the goal of ICP, making every single thing decentralized. So yeah, you can achieve this thing with the help of ICP. And uh, Vitalik. Vitalik also said that ICP is the biggest competitor of Ethereum. The reason why, because the tech of ICP is quite advanced than Ethereum. So TPS of ICP is quite fast if you calculate. So let me just show you this website. This is the official website of ICP, and we are going to drop the link as well. So this is the official website, internetcomputers.org. This website is entirely built on chain. What do I mean by on chain? The front end is hosted on chain, as well as back end of this website is hosted on chain. You can check it out. It works properly as if works in a server. Okay, as if a Web2 website works. It works same way. You can access pages over here. So this is a website which has been created by ICP only. Okay, they have demonstrated that how you can build things on ICP. So you can. This is the official website of ICP, and there are many things on which you can work on. And if you go over here, you can understand what is the architecture of ICP and how it works inside the consensus. So there are many things in ICP which you need to learn. Basically, I'm going to focus on canisters. So I'm going to focus on smart contract today. So you can get these links and you can read these things, and these are really important. This will tell you how node machines work in ICP and how consensus works. So let's just have a look over here. So this is the ICP ecosystems, and all these applications which you are able to see over here, these are made on ICP. So there is a huge ecosystem ICP. You can explore that as well. So as I can show you, there are many apps over here which can use and you can make work on it. Okay. So and over here you can go to the developer docs and you can see these many languages are supported on ICP. And I'm going to explain you what is canister. Okay. So what is a smart contract in ICP? So basically ICP has a smart contract which is also called a canister. So uh, visually it could look like that. It could be called as smart contract as well as an capsule which stores the code inside it. And as you can see over here, so there are three things in canister actually. So in memory pages, there are two things. In canister, we have WebAssembly. So what is WebAssembly? I'm going to explain you that as well. So and in memory pages, we have heap memory and stable memory. So in ICP, what you can do is you can store your entire data inside the canister. So what is canister? Canister is basically a smart contract. So a smart contract can store and your entire data on chain. The smart contract is hosted on chain. That means it can store your entire data inside it. So there is no database on ICP. You need to write the code for it, and then only you can store your data. So that means that we can build entire backend on ICP. So if you can see over here, the storage cost of ICP is $5 per GB in a year. So it costs very less, and cost per instruction is very less. And there are these many canisters which are deployed on ICP till now. And if you see over here, you can see these many languages are supported, but we are going to focus on TypeScript only. So how ICP is able to achieve this? As you can see, there are many languages supported on ICP. This is because the code of this language is not doesn't go inside the canister. Okay, basically what happens is the code is converted into the WebAssembly file, and that WebAssembly file is deployed inside canister, and then only the instructions are executed. That's how things work. So it doesn't matter if you write your code in Motoko, if you write your code in Rust, if you write your code in Rust or any TypeScript or Python on any other language, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the speed of the canister. It doesn't affect anything. Basically, it is for the reliability of the developer. Okay. So these many languages are supported on ICP, and you can go through with that as well. But now we are going to focus on TypeScript. So you can see TypeScript. There is a TypeScript framework which is called ISLA, which is used by them. And let me just open the doc for it. So this is the official documentation for the TypeScript, i.e. ISLA. So ISLA is a framework of ICP, which will help you out to develop things using TypeScript on ICP. Okay. So over here, you can explore things and you can set up your developer environment on your PC with the help of this as well. And if you go inside installation, this doc will guide you with the installation as well. If you face any issues, you can redirect towards us as well. You can drop your issue in the group. There's no issue with that. And this is the proper documentation how you can develop things on ICP. So there are two things. The very first thing is you need to learn about how we can create the functions and how we're going to call the functions first. Okay. So what we can do is, let me just give you an example. Let me just open my VS Code and show you how we can create a simple application in ICP. So this is the code of the Rust. Let me just open it up. So the very first thing you need to do is you need to install the developer environment. Okay. So the developer environment is also called DFX. Okay. So this is the command to create a new project in ICP. So the DFX new project name. The project name could be test. Let me just write test. And now it will ask for which language do you need to work on. Okay. I'm going to select TypeScript. And for front end, I'm going to go with the React. So Vue is also supported. You can go with React as well, because there are a lot of resources in React. You can go with React. I recommend you to go with React. So you can check these things as well. So the very first one is internet identity. The second one is Bitcoin, and last is front end test. So I'm not going to check these out. So we're going to discuss this after in next session. Okay. And now it will create our project, a new project on which we can work on. So DFX is an local environment which set up the local environment inside our PC. Okay. So right now I'm using Linux, and yeah, ICP SDK is developed for Linux only. For if you want to install those things inside Windows, you need to install the WSL, Windows Subsystem Linux. Then only you will be able to run ICP SDK. Okay. And it is taking a little while. Let's wait for a while. As you can see, it is installing no dependencies. So it is setting up our front-end environment. So till that, let me just explain you what are canisters. So let's move back towards the dock and let's go to home and let's search canister over here. And this will tell you what is canister. So in ICP, canisters are smart contract, basically, as I told you, and it holds three things inside it. The very first thing is heap memory. So what is heap memory? Heap memory is just like RAM in a server. Okay, it is required to run the functions or to run the code. And the stable memory is a memory which stores the data inside it. Okay, and at last we have WASM. So any code you write on ICP on canisters, it is converted into WASM file, and that WASM file is uploaded inside canister. So this is a smart contract and which has a lot of storage. Basically, the stable memory has storage of 400 GB. So that is quite a huge storage. Okay, 400 GB is a lot of storage. Okay, you can store up to 400 GB of data inside a canister. So you can store anything. What do I mean by anything? You can store videos. You can store anything on ICP. Okay, you can do every single thing which you do on your web too. Okay, so how does canisters work? So this is a brief article on canister working. You can explore that as well. Okay, over here they have explained how update calls work and how uh, query calls work and what are cycles. And cycles are main things in ICP. So in ICP, there is a model called reverse gas model. In Ethereum, we used to pay for the things which we are going to work, which we work on. Let me explain the reverse gas model. Reverse gas model, and you can see. So in Ethereum, you used to pay for the calls. Okay, you need to pay for the gas fees whenever you do some operations in a website which is running on Ethereum. Okay, so in ICP, a user doesn't need to pay anything. Developer will pay for the fees of the operations which are done on the smart contract. Okay, so for example, you are doing something on this website. So this website is entirely running on ICP. So I doesn't need to pay. I doesn't need to open my wallet and pay for the operations which are doing right. Okay, but on Ethereum, I need to pay it. Okay, that's how things work on Ethereum. So this is the advantage of reverse gas model. So user doesn't need to pay for anything. Developer will pay. And how developer will pay? So developer will pay using cycles. So what are cycles? Cycles are nothing, just a counterpart of ICP. Okay. So you can convert ICP into cycles, but you can't convert cycles into ICP. Okay. So cycles price is not dependent on ICP. What do I mean by that? So cycles price is dependent on XDR. So XDR is a stable value, stable currency, which doesn't inflate according to the coin value. Okay. So if ICP price goes up or down, the development cost will not suffer. So cycles are independent coins, which could be used to deploy a canister. Okay. ICP are the tokens, okay, which are used for the transaction on the Internet Computers blockchain. So this is the difference between cycles and ICP. So that's how things work on ICP. And you can get the coupons if you want to deploy your projects on ICP, and we will provide you the coupons. Okay, no need to worry about it. So let me just check this out. As you can see, you will get a logo of ICP, a Dfinity logo. As you can see, my application is ready, and I'm gonna open that up. Code test. And as you can see, this is the directory structure of an ICP project. So if we go inside dfx.json file, there is a configuration of the canisters. As you can see, there are two canisters. The very first one is backend. The next one is frontend. So right now we have two canisters. If you want to build more, you can build them as well. You need to update these canister configuration in order to build more. Okay. So now there are package.json as well. And let me just show you what is the use of package.json. Let's just first focus on TS file. As you can see, this is a simple TypeScript code which has been written, which is pre-written by ICP. So this is provided by ICP only. So we don't need to worry about it. And we have front end. So this is a JSX file. So this front end is completely on React, and they had set up the React environment for us as well. We needn't worry about it. So let me just run this code. So let me just show you how we can run this code. JSX start. First of all, we need to start the developer environment. As you can see, my developer environment has been started. Let's open in another tab. And we need to write dfx deploy. And it will take some time as we are building our canister for the first time in the TypeScript. That's why it is going to take some time, but no need to worry about it. So these are the canister IDs. Okay. So these are the canister IDs or the smart contract IDs which you can access and explore. You can play with these directory structures and you can explore things on ICP. So you can deploy entire front end as well as back end on ICP. So there is no need to worry about it. So you can see, so this is the DFX file. Over here, you can spot a WASM file. Right now, canister is building. After canister is built, you can explore this file as well. And over here, you are going to see a WASM file, so WebAssembly file, which has to be inserted inside the canister. So this is the source file, and there is the code of TypeScript. And let me just explore this one as well. And this is the directory structure for the React project. So this is the pre-written code, and you can change these codes as well. No need to worry about it. And let's wait for a while. Till then, let's discuss about cycles. So yeah. So we were discussing about cycles, isn't it? Yeah, I was telling that cycles are the things used as cycles are the tokens which are used as gas fee in the ICP. So if you deploy a project on ICP, so you need not to open your MetaMask or any wallet in order to do some operations. Okay. For example, for payment, you will need a wallet. Okay. But for simple tasks, you need not to pay any fees. Cycles are present inside the canister, and those cycles would be consumed for every single call. The user need not to worry about it. The developer or the person who have hosted that code, he or she need to worry about it. Okay. So that is the thing. So let's wait for a while. So it takes some time. So yeah, let's wait for some another second as well. So once it is created, it doesn't take time after that. Okay. So let me just introduce you with the yeah. So these are the sample codes or the example repository which you can explore. Over here, you can find every single code or the open source code or the open source repositories which has been built on ICP. Okay. Over here, you can see. So this is one of the project which is built on ICP. This is the wallet. As you can see, the TypeScript has been used over here, and some other languages are also used. So you can explore this repository and you can explore this example in order to build your own. And every single project over here is an open source project. In ICP, so this is the protocol. The project should be open source. So yeah, now we can see that our backend canister has been built. Now it is building the front end canister. It will take about half a minute. So let's wait for a while.
there is a question in the chat box: how many cycles do we need to deploy the smart contract and front end, right?
Uh,
Generally, generally, like, deploying first time, right? You need around 6 to 7 trillion cycles, right? And like in one coupon, like, whenever you will be developing, right? And Philippine subs will be providing you with the coupons as well, right? One coupon will provide you 10 trillion cycles, right? So it will be sufficient for your first time project deployment. Plus, you can upgrade your project 4 or 5 times as well. So 10 trillion cycles will be more than sufficient for that. So you just need 6 to 7 trillion cycles for, like, deploying your smart contract front end and back end. Yes, please continue.
yeah, as Faisal said that, yeah, you only need 7 trillion cycles to deploy a project, and you can upgrade your smart contract whenever you want. So basically, there is a concept of controller in ICP. Until you pass the controller to the governance canister, until then you can update your canisters as many times as you want. So right now, ICP doesn't have any testnet. This is because you have functionality to upgrade your canisters before passing it to any other governance canister. So what is governance canister? So in Ethereum, for example, you deploy a code in mainnet. So you doesn't have access to upgrade the code. The ICP, you have the access. Once you pass your control to the governance canister, then you doesn't have access. Then only ICP community can change that code or anything else. If anything wrong happens to that code, okay, then only. So right now you only need 10 trillion cycles. So 10 trillion cycle, you must be wondering, those are a lot of cycles. No, they are not. So in one ICP, you will get about, there was conversion rate. Let me just go back. Yeah. Right now in one ICP, you will get about 13 trillion cycles. Okay. So those are those are huge in number, but their worth is less. Okay. So about one ICP is of about $20. So yeah, 13 trillion cycles cost about $20. So yeah, so we will be providing you coupons. So you need to worry about it. Okay, Philippines Hub will provide you coupon, and in that coupon you will get 10 trillion cycles, and using that cycles you can deploy a project. So for deploying your project on mainnet, you just need to run this command tfx deploy minus network IC, and using this command you can deploy your project on mainnet. Okay, let me just hit this command, and the same project will be deployed on mainnet. Okay, it is giving me some errors. Okay, right now out of cycles, as you can see. So let me just shift my identity. So let's hit this command again. And you can see it is deploying my project on mainnet. So what is mainnet? Basically, mainnet is, let me just show it to you. Then only you will be able to understand. So ICP provides you the proper domain, basically. It provides you the domain to redirect your users. Okay, let me just show it to you how it works. Let's wait for a while. So a single command is needed to deploy a project on mainnet. So right now I have access to change my code. Okay, so I can deploy the things as many times as I can. Okay, so as you can see, this is the link of mainnet. So this is not the link of local net. This is the link of the mainnet. And let me just open this up. And this project right now is hosted on mainnet, not a local net. Let me just hit this and run this project. So this is the hello project, and this is the link of the front end, and this is the link of backend. Let me just open the backend link as well. So this is the function which is returning us the value. Okay. So if we write something over here, it returns us the value. So this is the function which is working on backend, which returns us value every time. So Let me just write anything over here. You can see it returns same response as if it was over here. So yeah, this is how things work on ICP. And let me just provide you these links as well so that you can explore and you can see both front end and back end is hosted on mainnet. And you can open these links. So over here, you can test your functions, whether they are properly working or not, and whether they have proper functionality as if you wanted to. And you can use this interface to explore your backend as well. Let me provide you this link. Right now, I have access to delete this canisters as well. But
one more question is there. When redeploying both the smart contract and front end, do I need additional cycles? Yes. So
no.
whenever you are upgrading your they will take the initial set of your cycles. They'll one coupon, but for the initial deployment, you need high amount of cycles. When you're upgrading your canister, it doesn't require again and again 7 trillion cycles.
So basically, if you redeploy a smart contract, it doesn't require additional cycles. Basically, the cycles are deducted from your canister only. Okay. So canister basically stores the cycle inside it for the further operations. Okay. If canister doesn't store that cycles inside it, there would be trouble because it will not have any cycles to pay for the calls. Okay. Right now I'm doing this call. And right now I'm doing this call. It consumes cycles. Okay. So canister stores the cycles inside it. So there is a limit that how many cycles you can store inside canister. Okay. So yeah, it deducts the cycles from the canister only. Okay, whenever you redeploy. So that is very less amount. So you need not to worry about it. Okay. So it doesn't mean that your entire cycles will be empty once you deploy your canister again. Okay. Doesn't work like that. And one thing more. Okay. So over here you have canister ID.json file. So that is really important for you. Okay. If you delete this ID from here, you won't be able to find that canister ID. It will ask to redeploy things. Once I remove this ID, it will deploy a new canister. Okay. So do not delete this canister ID.json file once you have deployed your project on mainnet. Okay. Yeah. So I think that is pretty much it. And if you have any doubts on it, we can go with that as well.
So there is another question in the chat box regarding DDoS attack.
Okay. How does canister protect itself from the flood request? Yeah. So this entirely depends on the developer. Okay. How much secure that canister is. Okay. For example, right now, what I can do is I can call this function using terminal as well. Let me just show you. DFX canister call. And I just need this canister ID in order to call this function. From the terminal. Okay. So let me just write the name of the function. So everyone can see. So anyone who have this ID or the link, he or she can go to the candid UI and explore these functions. He or she can see these functions. Okay. Whatever you have deployed. So this means that anyone can call these functions as well. And anyone can call these functions using the terminal as well, or using their own code. Okay. So let me just pass an argument. Okay, I need to write minus network IC. As you can see, I have called this function using terminal. So this means that anyone can call this function using their terminal or using any other code. Okay. So how we are going to protect it from? So this is what it means. So we can use the encryption method. So there is a method called WAT-key system. So we'll find a repository, example repository of it. A WAT key can store the WAT key can secure these things as well. Okay, we're going to explain this in the upcoming session as well. And yeah, those are the things. And any other question? And one more thing. I think that is pretty much it. And if you guys have any other question, he or she can ask.
There is a question about the security aspect of ICP canisters.
Okay, let me just open that up. Mm, Curing canisters. So yeah, let me just tell you one more thing over here. So how canister is protected? So right now, so yeah, basically canister smart contract has a controller inside it. Let me just open the fix status. So this provides us the status of the canisters. Okay. So right now, so this is the ID, which is controller of the canister. Okay. And over here, this is my internet identity. So this is my identity. Who is the controller of the canister? Okay. And this is the balance of the cycle. And reserve cycles could be these many. Okay. So what is the security of the canisters? Okay. How smart contracts are secured inside ICP? So this is the controller. So I am the controller right now. So I only have access to redeploy this code. Okay. If anyone else want to redeploy this code, he or she will not be able to redeploy this code. And so there is a governance canister in the ICP. So let me just give you governance canisters. So there would be a link of the governance canister. Let me just open NNS. Okay, so we have NNS. So what is NNS? NNS is an DAO of the ICP. So basically, it handles entire thing of ICP. Okay, so every single thing, be it any canister, which is fully decentralized. This the controller of this canister is the governance canister. Okay, so every single thing or this governance canister also have its unique identity. Just like this, the governance canister has its own identity. Okay, so that is the thing. That's how. So you need to pass on the control to the governance canister in order to make it fully decentralized. Okay, and ICP community. If there is a DOS attack, and ICP community is going to handle those things, and they are going to vote on this, and then only the new chain will be minted. So new chain will be minted. I hope the doubt is clear.
Like we will be like following this workshop. There will be 5 workshops that we will be taking out, right? This was a very initial introduction to ICP, its architecture, how we wanna build it, right? For regarding this hackathon, right? So like I'm very happy that there are a lot of questions coming up, right? For the people who are into this call, please feel free to ask any sort of doubt that you might be having regarding any aspect, right? How canister works, or how to redeem cycles, or whatever aspect, right? Or like whatever, whether it's a small question or it's a big question, it doesn't matter. Please use the chat box to tell us about whatever you have any question, doubt till here, right? Of all the things that we have discussed in this call, right? We are here for your doubts, right? Please let us know if you have any doubts or questions regarding any particular part. We are waiting because now this session is completed, right? So now we are coming on to the Q&A session, right? So please use the chat box to ask any doubt that you might be having here. Are Is everybody clear? If you have any sort of doubt, please let us know, because if you ask questions, then only you'll be able to clear your doubts, have a very clear clarity how the development on ICB will plan out, right? Because we are giving you enough time to build something onto the ICP blockchain, right? And looking at the talking about the blockchain ecosystem in the scenario, right? This is the most advanced blockchain in the new age blockchains that have been developed, right? ICP team is very well respected all over the world for its technology, right? So if you have any questions about any particular aspect, we are here to answer that. If not, then we can end this session as well, and we can reconnect tomorrow for this. I think there is a question.
So yeah, as you can see, there is a question. Equivalent measures. Yeah, there are many libraries which are available in the ICP smart contract in order to secure the smart contract in ICP. So in TypeScript, right now TypeScript is on beta phase and they are working on it. But in other languages like Motoko or Rust, they have had a lot of packages and they have their own package managers in order to deal with the security measures. They have unit testing facilities as well. So basically they are going to test their entire code, and yeah, that's how things are going to work in MOPS. So for example, if we talk about the package manager of Motoko, MOPS, so it provides you the facility to unit test your code entirely. Okay, if there is any loophole, it will tell you. Okay, so similar is the Rust. In Rust, there is a CDK which has been developed by ICP. So that do same thing as if it is done in Motoko. Yeah, I hope that doubt is clear. So if you want to explore Motoko, then that is also good, and you can go with the Rust as well. There's no issue with that. Those are the very well reputed language, and there are some production projects as well. So TypeScript right now it is in beta phase, and they're working on some uh, libraries and more things to go. I hope this doubt is clear.
And also to give you guys a context of uh, I think yeah. So to give you guys a context of what you guys can expect from the next sessions. So next session will be about how to build using Hazel, right? And there will be total 5 workshops. We are done with the first one, right? And once we are done with the introduction to Hazel, right? The next topic that we want to take is how and why to build a project on ICP, right? So we're gonna take you through the exact code lines and the architecture that you need to do. So the next step will be about developing the projects, right? And then deploying will help you out how you can redeem the coupons. So I'll discuss with the hub, right? How the coupons will be provided, right? And how you can redeem them, and then make sure that you guys can deploy your first ICP projects onto that, right? And then how to upgrade your smart contracts, how to upgrade the canisters, right? And how to make more additions into this, right? So these are the future topics that we will be taking up, right? So tomorrow's session will be on the same time, right? You guys can join in, right? And we will be keep sharing these details, right? And you guys can keep on joining the groups, right? So that you have enough relevant information, right? And feel free to ask any question. Let us know, if you're facing any problems in ICP deployment development, right? Even if you know ICP, right? Okay, this is how it will work out, right? Let us know, even if you don't if you know the basic stuff, right? If you need help with anything else, you can let us know that okay, this is something that I need help with, right? So we have enough resources to share it with you guys, right? And yeah, that's all. The next topic will be Hazel, right? So looking forward to that, right? Tomorrow we will be joining at the same time, right? And on the same link, right? The workshop link will be the same, right? And yeah, if you have any more doubts or any questions regarding any particular aspect about the hackathon, right? And all as well, right? Please let us know that regarding this aspect as well. That if you have any questions, that how this will work and that will work. Please also join ICP Hub Philippines on Twitter, right? I am just dropping out the link right here so that you can join in the Twitter as well, right? For more updates regarding the hackathon, right? Yeah. So this is the socials, right? Twitter is there, right? And from here on, you can go to other as well, right? And this is how it will work, right? And if you guys have any questions, do let us know, right? Please go through the resources that we have provided, right? One thing that ICP has is a very detailed documentation, right? We are into the ICP ecosystem, right? And as and when we do this, right? So we have always have these feedback that okay, this is the most detailed documentation that one can have in any blockchain, right? This is one aspect that I will ask you guys, right? So the developer docs is this, right? I am just dropping it again for the new people who have joined this team, right? So these are the developer docs for starting your developer journey, setting up your environment, downloading VFX, right? This is a very easy to learn, right? Obviously, this is something different, right? From whatever from the questions that I can understand, that some of the people are coming from the Ethereum ecosystem, right? So there will be the initial setup will be different, but at the same time, once you're done with that, right, there is no difficulty in developing and making sure that the project reaches to its final deployment, right? And that's where we are coming off, right? We will be there for you guys to help you guys out with any aspect, right? And you can keep tracking us, right? And let us know. So I think we are good to go for today's session, right? Let's join in for tomorrow's session, and let's start our development journey with Hazel. We will be going it through deep into the Hazel part, and you can ask us any questions tomorrow as well. Thank you, guys. We are done with this first workshop. Thank you. Thank you so much for this engaging audience, right? A lot of people have joined up, right? And really loved this. If you guys are looking to have this regularly, please join in for all the five workshops, right? One is done. There are four more. Tomorrow is one, and on 10th as well, right? So looking forward to seeing you guys again. Thank you, guys.